Okay, what we got today is my Galaxy G-Series pistol. You guys saw with the new charging handle. But what I want to get is a stock for it that would fit. And the one guy gave me an idea to get a Glock stock and see if it would fit on the pistol. And the pistol has the slot here with the little hole, which is just like a Glock. So I found a cheap, and I mean cheap, site. This was 20 bucks. They're normally like $50, $60 or whatever. And I found out why it was 50 or 20 bucks. Kind of chintzy made, but it does have the retractable stock. Okay, and it has the button to take it in and out. Now, when it goes into the pistol grip, it goes in pretty good, but it is floppy, and it don't quite... There it is, it finally clicked in. It is still a little floppy back and forth. Okay, it's not bad when you shoulder it, you can do it, but it moves around, so it's really not giving you the stability that I want. And when I pull the stock all the way out, which I might do, it is... You know, you could put a little too much pressure on it and you'd be flipping back and forth. So I got to figure a way to stabilize this a little bit. It does work. There's the pistol with the stock on it. It does work. It's just a little iffy. Now I'm going to go over the pros and cons that I had with this. Okay, starting off, first thing that happened to me is when I took it out of the bag, this piece all fell apart. This pin comes right out. So I tried a little super glue on it, and all it seems to do is just mess it up a little bit, but it does fit. It does hold it now, and I'm hoping that that pin won't come out. This pin on the slider back here seems to be pretty solid, and this moves a little bit too, back and forth, but, you know, what do you want for 20 bucks? Now, what I was thinking about doing, because this has got such a big wobble to it, maybe putting some tape around this and seeing if it would take up the play in. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, I want to show this now. Solid. I wrapped like 3-4 layers of tape around there. The only problem is I couldn't get it all the way in there to clip the button in place. But it is solid. You know, very little wobble now. I think that's awesome. But to fit it in the case, I got to be able to take the stock out. So I might have to do some more work on that. Back in there, I want to show you the gob job I did on this with the stock. Fits like a champ though, and I'm able to take it out. It's a little tough coming out. And I'm looking at this button here. This button is kind of chewed up already just for what I used it for. So having the tape on there to hold it and jam it in there actually might be a better way to do it than clicking it in and letting it go back and forth. Other than that, everything else looks good. This won't fit. Yes, it will. This will fit in the case with the stock fully extended. But I don't know if I'm going to be happy. When you get about 3/4 of the way, there's like one spot where it clicks in place, 2 spots, 3 spots, and it moves. And then it's tight right there with hardly any wobble, but there's no spot for it to click in place. And I'm looking at the cut marks that they have here. I might take this apart and see if I could figure out how to put another cut like this in like right here. Maybe drill just a little bit of a hole so that I can move this up to where it's tight right there and actually make a hole where it'll go in. Because when it goes all the way up there, let's see, there it locks in place. And then there's a spot here, but as you can tell, it's a big hole, so it moves back and forth. And then when it's all the way to the back, it moves up and down as well. These are pretty big holes that have been put in here, pretty good slots. So I don't know if putting the hole right there a small enough hole might do the job. So I might get the drill out and mess with it, or I might not. Final update, I was trying to drill a hole in this, and I ended up drilling a slot this way instead, so that when I put the lock here, it goes to that spot, and that's tight now. That plus that, perfect for what I need. It's going to work out great. So this has been an update for the Galaxy System G-Series pistol. Charging handle, adjustable stock. Then the front grip works good. If I get a sight on here, and I am looking at a sight for this, I have to get the right position. I might have to put another mark a little farther back. Right now that feels good. If I do move that back to this spot where it's loose, goes back and forth, when I push it to my shoulder, it's tight. It only moves a little bit, so that's not too bad when I'm shooting. So, works like a champ, and I'll be able to fit it in the case and take it apart. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will put a link for this, if it's still available, where I got it from. It did take a month almost to get here, so be patient if you do want to order it and get it for cheap. And some quick mods, works like a champ. As always, I'm glad you guys are watching, and you have a good day.
I like it!
I'm just here to have fun.